once everything is in one place, you start spotting these patterns instantly. For example, this creative is performing slightly better in US than the rest. Then we have different kind of creatives broken down by a geo. So, this one, it does really well in the US, UK, and I would say even South Korea. This one definitely doing well in Germany and not the US that much.
It's 4 a.m. and we're rolling the dice. Matej drops knowledge made of golden eyes. Felix with ads making those coins rise. Jack up designs, worlds chasing the sky. We're the 2.5 gamers, the midnight crew. Talking UA adverts and game design too. Matej, Felix, Shaka bringing the insight. We're rocking those vibes till the early daylight. Matej, UA, master eyes on the prize. Tracking data through the cyberspace skies. Felix stacks dollars like a wizard in disguise. Jacob's crafted realms lift us to the highs. 2.5 gamers talking smack. Slow hockey stick, got your back. Ads are beautiful, they light the way. Click it fast, don't delay.
Hello. Welcome. This is Matej Lančarić, and this is another solo episode. This time we're looking at doing things slightly differently. Today, I'm going to talk about creatives and creative optimization because your creatives across every channel finally in one place. Ever felt like your ad reporting looks a little bit messy? Oh yeah, all the different dashboards. You got Meta dashboards, Google dashboard, TikTok dashboards, and somehow they never quite agree with each other. You can see different numbers in different places. And don't even get me started on the creative naming conventions. So today, I'm going to show you how AppsFlyer Creative Optimization tool brings all your creatives into one dashboard and why this is an actual and total superpower for UA managers like us. As UA managers, we live in dashboards, and I've been spending so many minutes in dashboards in each of the channel. But then the creatives split across platforms is like trying to watch Avengers movies in the wrong order. I mean, sure, you can do it, but it doesn't really make that much sense. So this is where the AppsFlyer comes in. It centralizes all the creatives across all the networks into one single dashboard. Think of it as a command center for your ad strategy. And now we're going to look into the actual dashboard and how does it look like. Here's a peek how it works. So let's say we're running like some campaigns. I log in and immediately I see all the creatives across all the different networks. I mean, we have the creative type by installs, but if I scroll down here, I have as I mentioned, all the creatives across different networks with all the numbers, campaign names, and all the different KPIs. Obviously, we don't only look at the installs, but we also look at the revenues. So we can customize the columns and go into the metrics, because what I'm really interested in is obviously ROAS on day 0, ROAS on day 1, day 3, day 7, and ideally also day 30, because we want to know how the creative's performance improves over time, because that is very important. It's very important. That's what we always care about. So, we can see all the different creatives, the UGC stuff. We can see different gameplays, and then everything else, like how they perform in the last 7 days. What's interesting also is that we can actually change the creative type. Instead of looking into the video, images, and carousels, we can go and pick the actual creative and the creative name, so we can go and check the performance by day. And also, as I mentioned, the CTRs, installs, and ROI, everything is here. But here's the interesting stuff. Well, I mentioned the naming conventions and all of the fun stuff around like the mess of the creatives. So AppsFlyer actually automatically groups creatives by what they are, not by whatever random file name we uploaded and used it. So this means if we run, let's say, this Uncle Ben video, it's kind of grouped by all the different UA channels that we used it and also by creative name, and also all the different Uncle Ben iterations that we have are going to be tied to this one. So because it's also tied by a similarity. So we can check the creative performance across different UA channel, different metrics, right? So different UA channels and different campaigns. So in this case, this one is used on the TikTok. We have other creatives that are used across see, different campaigns and different UA channels. But what is really interesting in here is, well, besides the fact that we have tutorials in the right hand side and right hand corner, where we can also check like what we can do with the dashboard. The ad fatigue usually hits hard, and quite important to measure. So here's something that every UA manager has always felt. Like your best creative is slowly turning into the dead weight, and the AppsFlyer actually tracks creative age and also detects the creative fatigue. So, but what we should do to actually measure this and like how we can go about it. So here in the grouping in the middle section, we have last 7 days, 2 different creatives. We add the CTR in this case, and then obviously we will also want to add the CPI metric in here as well. And what it does, it actually shows us the spend by the creative, the CTR by the creative, and the CPI by the creative. So as soon as it loads, then we'll have 3 different tabs in here, right here. So we see the Galactus video was kind of going up today. It's not the full day, but still we can see since the, let's say, August 30, the CTR is going down. So if this trend continues, and I'm going to just check it in here. If this trend continues, that's the signal for us to be thinking about a creative refresh. Is this ad getting old? Yep. Time to refresh it. And you can clearly see it in here. It kind of gets you the early warning as well, so you don't really need to watch basically all the different channels. This kind of, even though this was our best performing creative back in the days, the clear sign of dropping the CTRs and then increasing the CPI means that we need to definitely refresh and think about what can be done in here. Besides the actual creative fatigue and all of the different KPIs that we can check, we can group by different things: creative similarities, end cards, geos, channels, sources, and all the other stuff. So if you go to geo, then we can also check what kind of geos and the creatives are kind of working in a different geos. Anyway, so for example, once everything is in one place, you start spotting these patterns instantly. For example, this creative is performing slightly better in US than the rest. Then we have different kind of creatives broken down by a geo. So, this one, it does really well in the US, UK, and I would say even South Korea. This one definitely doing well in Germany and not the US that much. And then this one is only doing really well in the US, which is fine. But then we have also this one, which is working real way better in Israel rather than just US and UK. So you can then kind of spot these immediately, because people prefer this type of ad in Germany and not in the US. And we can see that in seconds, which is amazing. So let's kind of recap. An unified creative dashboard means one place where you can see all your creatives. No shit. Automatic grouping by content, not by the names. Automatic grouping by like the similarity that we saw. Then it's like it's easy cross-network and geo comparisons like we saw now, and this detections, where you need to refresh the creatives. So basically, this means we can spot winning formats faster, adapt the strategy per region as well, and refresh creatives as soon as they tank. So for you, this means saving hours every week and making kind of data-backed decisions without the kind of a headache, right? And if you want to try this dashboard for your own campaigns, go for it. And also show this to your creative team, because they will definitely benefit from this dashboard. I usually share this with my creative motion designers and the whole creative team, so we don't really need to play this game why this creative doesn't work. They can see it by their own eyes in this dashboard. If you find this breakdown useful, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Share your comments in the comment section. And I get more deep dives coming, including how AI tagging reveals your winning creatives and way more. Thank you very much. And remember, in UA, the data is your superpower, and this dashboard is definitely your ultimate power up. See you next time, guys. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.